Hey everyone, Lindsay here with how to color your fan art. I'm going to show you my Illustrator tips and techniques on how I get the style and contrast in my final images, plus how to guide the viewer's eye, how to enhance your color, and how to display your final image. So let's get to it. Step 1. Organize layer groups. Organization is key and is different depending on if you're designing for a motion or static graphic. For motion, you'll want to group things into the different appendages. For static, I like to keep line and color separated because I like to utilize my art in various ways, such as making coloring sheets, and for my online shop, I like to have a black and white option plus a color option. This will be different for everyone's based on their needs. Step 2. Apply solid flats. Look at your reference and use it only as a guide to just quickly get close. Once all the flats are down, look at it as a whole and make your adjustments. Don't be afraid to enhance the colors from the original reference. These flats are the backbone and will dictate what highlights and shadows you will use. So when my flats are done, I like to group them and lock that layer together. Tip: hue shifting. When making a highlight or shadow of a color, try selecting the main color and then shift the hue slightly. Then select a lighter or darker color from that palette. It will give you richer colors. Don't be afraid to really push these colors to have more contrast. Step 3. Define a light source. Study highlight and shadow. This is key to a dynamic piece and helps you direct the viewer's focus. Define your light source on a layer which you can delete later. Don't be afraid to block out or highlight large areas. Just do it with reason and logic. Tip: don't stay stuck. Next, you will see me hating the color I'm using and delete the layers. It's okay to get stuck or frustrated. Just move to a different part and come back to that layer after you get your flow of working with the piece. Tip: layer styles versus color selecting. Layer styles such as multiply, color burn, and screen really make workflow go faster since it does the color selecting for you and you're not cutting out individual shapes. My personal preference is to not use layer styles, though layer styles can help me as a guide to see what kinds of colors it's picking. With certain print processes, layer styles don't work well unless you flatten the project for the print and have a separate print file, which is okay. For me, layer styles feel like I'm just settling on what's given. When I pick individual colors, I can really push the colors in saturation and contrast and stay away from any muddiness that can come from layer style automation. Try both ways, see what's best for your workflow and your time constraint. Tip: keep it simple. Next, you will see me working out the shadow on the honeycomb with some difficulty. Remember your light source. Think about how the shape would react to the light. Use the forms around the area as a guide, and keep it simple. Step 4. Guide the viewer's eye. The color white has a powerful impact on guiding the viewer's eye. Combine and harmonize a strong light source with white highlights to guide where you want the viewer to look. Is there something about the character's outfit or the character's action you want them to focus on? Use white sparingly or it will lose its impact. Step 5. Display the artwork. Give the piece added life by giving it a minimal background. Use the color wheel to find a complementary color, find a cool texture, or even put it on a product mock-up. Make it feel complete. Tip: final tweaks. Before exporting your piece, zoom in and out, even flip the piece. See if there are any areas needing cleanup or enhancement. You can even bring the piece into something like Photoshop and desaturate it to find any areas that might need more contrast. Now you're done. Share the piece with the world and use those hashtags. And now that this is done, try to push the highlights and shadows of your next piece. Look and study other art and observe shadows and reflections in real life. Hope you got something from this and the way I work. If you want to see more art, come to my Twitch. Let's hang out and make art. There are also time lapses on my YouTube every week. Follow, like, subscribe, visit my online shop, or get behind the scenes and more tips and tricks on my Patreon. Thanks again, keep pushing, and I'll catch you later.